Welcome to the Reece Report. I'm the mouth of the North, Andrew Reece, and I am just dying to talk about these games we saw on the weekend. Now, it wasn't wild card weekend, but it might as well have been wild card weekend the way these games went. It was the divisional round. For the first time in NFL history, every single game came down to the last play or the last possession. And we're going to talk about all of them and then make our AFC Championship picks. Well, actually, I'm going to give out the championship picks because Jose and Gil are in a battle that I'm not a part of. You see, because I only got one game right last week, Jose got two and Gil got one because we're an embarrassment. Jose now has a 3-game disadvantage to Gil, and there's only 3 games left. So I got their picks in advance, so there was no cheating going on here. And I will reveal them when we go to our picks. But let's talk about last week's games. But before we do that, Jose, we have something to say to Gil, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We own you
in the playoffs, son.
That's 5-0 for our 49ers. You know, Aaron Rodgers likes to go around talking about how he owns teams. Well, guess what? The team that didn't draft him owns his ass because we're 5-0 against Aaron Rodgers now. And we'll get to that game, but we're going to talk in order. Let's talk about Cincinnati, Tennessee, which, by the way, we all got wrong. I embarrassed myself picking this team to go to the Super Bowl. That's right. I'm an idiot. You know why I'm an idiot? Because I believed Ryan Tannehill can get it done in the playoffs. And God, was I wrong. 3 interceptions, one of the worst quarterback performances I've ever seen. Meanwhile, Joe Burrow's getting sacked 9 times and still winning the game. Tennessee, if I'm Tennessee in that locker room, I'm like putting that guy on a bus and saying you can't take the plane home. That's how bad he was. So the Cincinnati goes on. They're going to play Kansas City. Let's go. I think Jose's a big fan of Tannehill. So let's go to Jose and ask him what he thinks about that game.
You hit the head on the nail, man. It's just Tannehill screwed up the whole game for the Titans. They were playing well. Defense, 9 sacks against Burrow. They stopped their offensive. They were stopping them. And that big interception at the end with underneath under a minute, that killed the game right there. And it was a deflection, but still,
it was a horrible throw. Horrible throw. Yes.
In double coverage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then besides that, the other picks that he did, and Derrick Henry, we expected him to have a big game, but it's his first game back in a lot of weeks, so he was a little rusty too.
Yeah.
So, but it was disappointing. The Titans have the team this year to make it at least all the way to the Super Bowl. But the Bengals are a tough team, man, and they're an upcoming team, young team. They can ball out on offense. They have the wide receivers. They have running back. Quarterback's tough. He's a tough guy, man. I'll tell you right now, there's not a lot of quarterbacks that could take 9 sacks and still play out the game like nothing is happening. And that big drive, that big catch at the end with Jamar Chase, put him in field goal. And Money Mac. That's the best nickname for a kicker right now in the NFL. Money Mac.
Money Mac.
Coming up big with 2 50-yard field goals, and man, they're exciting, man. They're exciting. But
they are.
The Titans, that was disappointing. And Tannehill, like you said, I don't think Tannehill's a quarterback for them. I think they should look to see if they can get an upgrade in quarterback, maybe like a Wilson or.
Well, they gave him the money, Jose.
Or Deshaun Watson or something like that.
Yeah,
but probably NFL money's nothing. Like they can cut their asses anytime that they want. So nothing's guaranteed. So
in that conference, Ryan Tannehill is never going to win. He'll never have a better chance because that conference is loaded with good quarterbacks. I don't think he'll ever have a better chance to win. So yeah, you're in trouble if you don't have a great quarterback. When we talk about a game later on in the day, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about in the AFC. Gil, what were your thoughts on that game?
Oh, my thoughts are pretty much what Jose said too. It's pretty much simple. Tannehill screwed up. Tennessee went down. I said it last week. I did take Tennessee, but I also said that I wouldn't be surprised if it went the other way because Tennessee is one of those teams that show up, they'll play amazing, no one can touch them. They don't show up, they'll go down.
They can lose to anybody. Right.
They'll lose to anybody. They can lose to the Jets. They can lose to Jacksonville for all I care.
Yep.
But what I'm seeing though, what I liked in that game, Joe Burrows is stamping himself as the Bengals are going to be an elite team.
Yep.
That's what he's doing right now. He's telling everybody, we're here. We're going to be dangerous. They're going to be an elite team as long as he's there. So, good for him. Congratulations to him. But well, the Chiefs have their handful. This kid is out to prove something, and a cigar at a time, buddy. He's gonna do that a cigar at a time.
Yep.
But yeah, Tannehill just played bad. Tennessee has some thinking to do. Their defense played amazing. I think the GM there ship have to see. Do we ride with him or do we go try to get someone else?
I think the only person they could get is Watson from Houston. I think that's the only guy they could get and make a decent trade with. I think that's the only guy. I don't think they'll do it, but I think that's the only guy they can actually get. Maybe Russell Wilson, but does Seattle want Tannehill back? I don't think so, because you're going to have to trade Tannehill to the team that he's traded to. It's going to have to go down like the Rams with Goff. But perhaps I think Houston's the only team because they're going to want a quarterback back in return, unless you're going to go with David Mills, which that's not going to happen. So that was that game. Now let's get to the game that we all had a vested interest in. The San Francisco 49ers, who look to be a team of destiny. I don't think I've seen a team play stranger football than the 49ers and win. Against the Cowboys, they played half of football, then were terrible in the second half, hung on to one win. In this game, it was a defensive battle. Aaron Rodgers failed to capitalize on his chances. Jimmy G was terrible most of the game. He did throw some balls that should have been caught early on, and then he made two throws at the end of the game to win. Now, with the Green Bay Packers up 10-3, they blocked the punt. San Francisco ties the game. Special teams blew it, but for Aaron Rodgers to only have 10 points at that point is a problem in itself. Okay? He made 20 completions, Aaron Rodgers, 9 each to Aaron Jones and to his main guy there, the main wide receiver there, Adams. No one else had more than one catch, which is a problem. Aaron Rodgers didn't trust his other receivers, so he threw to 2 guys. So what did San Francisco do? They rushed Rodgers and they bracketed Adams and just had him throw out of the backfield. So when you're predictable, it's easier to defend Aaron Rodgers. He became very predictable. Here's why I say that. Game's tied at 10. There's 3 minutes. Now, as Gil knows, he's been watching Aaron Rodgers a long time. When you give Aaron Rodgers 3 minutes, he's going to win 9 times out of 10. He did it to Green Bay earlier this year, to San Francisco earlier this year with 20 seconds. He came down, got a field goal. But what happened in this game was he got sacked once. Then it was 3rd and 12. Everyone who hasn't seen this play, go back and watch it. It's on YouTube. It's 3rd and 12. The 49ers blitz. Aaron Rodgers is set to who he's going to go to and misses a wide open Aaron Lazard. I'm not kidding when I say this. Aaron Rodgers didn't see him. He threw the ball to double coverage to Adams. Lazard is wide open. If he throws the ball in the middle of the field like he did to the Bears a couple of times to win games, it's a touchdown, and they're going to win the game because I don't believe Jimmy FG is coming down to get a touchdown because he hasn't scored a touchdown the whole game. But he throws it into double coverage because he only trusts Adams, doesn't throw the ball to Lazard. They punt and give a short field to Jimmy G, who only has to make 2 throws like he does every game to get the game-winning field goal, and the Packers lose at home. Now, everyone's going to blame special teams. Aaron Rodgers threw 55 yards in the second half and has to get it done at home against the 49ers. There's no excuse. Last year, it was the coach. This year, it's going to be special teams. Before that, it was the defense. And before that, it was some guy that didn't catch the onside kick. At some point, and I said this last year when we did the show, someone has to look at Aaron Rodgers and say, you're not getting it done. You're the MVP. You can't score 7 points when you're supposed to win a game and your defense plays that great. That's my thoughts on the game. Jimmy G is a very lucky quarterback. He's thrown 2 touchdowns and five interceptions his entire career in the playoffs. He had the worst quarterback rating in the entire NFL last week and still won. Our defense and special teams are winning these games, not Jimmy G. We're winning in spite of him. Period. End of story. Gil, you're the Green Bay fan. You're probably pretty pissed off and heartbroken. What were your thoughts on this game?
Well, first of all, congratulate both of you. Yeah,
we're lucky, Gil. We got lucky, Gil.
And good luck. Well, you won the game.
Yeah.
When I started watching that game, I thought your defense hanged you guys in there because the first quarter, I think you guys were minus 25 yards or something.
Yes.
You guys were like minus 25 or something.
You guys scored right away on the first possession.
Scored the first drive, which was a good drive, and then as I was watching the game, you guys hanged in there. Your defense hanged you in there because your offense wasn't doing nothing.
Nothing.
Which the great for our defense because I was surprised they even played that well.
Mm-hmm.
And then, going down to that second half, that blocked field goal.
Yep, changed everything.
And when that field goal was blocked, I really felt that might be that field goal was a problem.
You texted me and said you guys might win now. I
said that field goal would be a problem.
Yeah.
And you guys came out in the second half a little bit better.
Yeah.
Ran the ball a little more. Yeah, Jimmy G did do some throws. Kettle missed some wide open catches he should have had.
Right.
But nothing spectacular.
No.
Catcher too. Jimmy G don't really do nothing. As Aaron Rodgers didn't really do much either.
Mm-hmm.
But Andrew, right? To me, Aaron Rodgers is just human like anybody. How many times you played hockey? How many times you shot and you should have passed because the guy was wide open?
Oh, for sure. Yo, for sure.
It happens.
Sure.
He missed Lazard. Okay, he missed Lazard. He wasn't looking there. What do you want? Right? But blocked field goal, which is 90% automatic, and then a blocked punt, which happens 1 in every 2,000 plays.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So, yeah, we got the ball back, but that block to me, because if that punt goes, you guys get the ball, you guys are going to kill clock on yourselves. Maybe if you went down, even if you tied it, we're going overtime. Different ball.
Yeah.
So that block punt puts you at 10-10 with a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
It's you guys did the job. You guys blocked the punt. Your special teams did what they had to do. Ours didn't. But to me, yes, there's a lot of game, but the turning point is because it's very rare to see a block punt
and a block field goal in the same game.
And a block in the same game,
right?
Where it's snowing, it's cold. But it was a defensive game.
Yeah,
you guys won, and you guys won fairly. Yeah. I'm not gonna. There's no excuses for me.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's Aaron Rodgers that lost the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just one of those things where special teams came in effect because like I said, a blocked punt is 1 in 2,000 plays. Mm-hmm. A blocked field goal. I knew that was going to hurt it anyways. But to me, that's what I feel.
Yeah,
Jimmy G was not the factor. He's still not the factor.
No,
and that's why I'm not. I don't think you guys will beat the Rams because he's just not the guy, man.
Right. Yep. Jose, what did you think about? What are your thoughts on this game?
Well, there's no thoughts. So you guys said everything. It's just like what Gil said. Aaron Rodgers is human. He's not a machine.
Maybe he's just not a playoff guy. Maybe he's just not a playoff quarterback.
He is a playoff quarterback. He's just had a bad. The 49ers defense outplayed him. Outplayed the offense. As simple as that. It's just like the Packers were outplaying the Niners in the first half of the first quarter. And then I'll tell you right now, another turning point in the game was that fumble by Fred Warner on Mercedes Lewis. They're driving again to score another touchdown or a field goal or whatever. And the 49ers stripped them the ball and they got a fumble recovery. That was a big play of the game too.
Yeah.
And then the Niners in the first half, they could have scored a touchdown or a field goal or whatever. Jimmy G, of course, has to throw a stupid pick, forces the ball into George Kittle when he shouldn't have done it.
Once a game, but we know. Once a game, it happens.
Again, of course, that's
the quota.
That's to expect, I guess. So whatever.
Yeah.
Second half, well, I don't understand Aaron. What's his name? Jones either. He had a line, the straight line to the end zone. I don't know why he cut back.
Why did he stop? Why did he stop? It made no sense.
Absolutely not. Like he had the touchdown. If he just kept going straight down the line, he would have gone in for the end zone.
You agree, right? Why did he stop?
I have no idea, but he cut to the middle. I have no idea, man.
Yeah, I know. Me neither. I don't know why he cut down to the middle.
That's a good point, Jose.
Thank God he did. Mm-hmm. And then we blocked the field goal. Second half, we came out. We should have put more than 3 points on the board, but the stupid penalties screwed us up.
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of penalties on the offense too. Like when we get close to the red zone, so that's not helping us a lot either.
Yeah.
And then after that, it was just a defensive battle, and the 49ers came up big on the special teams, the punt, and then the last drive, the Niners ran it. Devo made that first down, a big first down.
Yeah.
They couldn't stop them, and that's it. And then the Niners kicked that field goal.
Yeah,
it was a tough game.
Just to back up Gil's claim, the Green Bay Packers did have the worst special teams all season long, dead last in the NFL. So I guess it came back to haunt them. So
Andrew, I've been haunted with all this stuff my whole life.
And I'll say this. Yes.
I have the Seattle
Yes.
Seattle
Yes.
onside kick off the guy's helmet.
Gil's team has had some, like, the weirdest things have happened to his team to lose games. We had Mike McCarthy kick field goals twice on 4th and 1 from the 1 yard line in that game that he's talking about against Seattle. And then they lost the onside kick when Seattle came back. Blocked punts, blocked field goals, not running the ball in the end zone and having a coach kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th down. Like, there's been some weird stuff that's happened to Gil's team. I'll admit that completely. So I don't know, but San Francisco sneaks out a win and they go on to play the Rams. I don't even know what to say, but we'll see. We'll talk later on about whether or not this is the last game Aaron Rodgers plays for Green Bay. Now we go to Tampa Bay and Los Angeles. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. My thoughts on this game: the Rams completely dominated for 3 quarters. It was all Rams. They destroyed the Bucs in every aspect of the game. They didn't turn the ball over. They were up 27-3. Tom Brady had no time. He had no one to pass the ball to. One thing I learned about football: if you don't have your best offensive lineman, you're probably going to lose 9 times out of 10. That's just a fact. Now, I don't know if that factored into the way San Francisco played Rodgers, because his offensive line was pretty good most of the year. Maybe not having Bakhtiari hurt, but they were all over Tom Brady. He threw a pick. He got a fumble off Von Miller because they couldn't stop Von Miller. They were playing with injured offensive linemen. Having said all of that, the Rams found a way to almost choke this away. Now, Jose knows they've already done this once when he played our team. That's the reason we're in the playoffs, because they choked to us. Okay. Somehow, some way, and this is what makes Tom Brady unbelievable and maybe lucky as well, they tie this game at 27. 4 turnovers. We're talking the Peyton Manning thing where they throw the ball over the guy's head after Tampa Bay turns it over. Like strange stuff like that. 2 fumbles, like own fumbles, like where no one touched the guy. Like, just crazy stuff. It wasn't even Matt Stafford, who played great, by the way. I've been all over Stafford all year. He was great. Okay. He didn't do anything wrong in this game. He almost fumbled at the end, which would have changed our whole perception of this. Gil remembers this play. He tucked the ball when he got sacked, and it was so close to a fumble, and that would have changed everything, but he didn't. And then Tampa Bay's defense, which has been all year struggling and inconsistent, blew it. The first play, the guy slips, Kupp gets open, 20 yards. The second play, they go 0 blitz, 2 linebackers stand still, like someone grabbed the PlayStation controller and forgot to move them, and it's a touchdown for Kupp, or almost a touchdown. They get a field goal after that, and the Bucs lose. But the Bucs had no business even being close in that game. Tom Brady threw a great bomb to Evans to tie it. Then Fournette ran in. Unbelievable comeback that fell short. But congratulations, Stafford. You played great. It's not over yet. You got to get to the Super Bowl and possibly win it. But they won the game. Gil, I don't even know what to say about this game. What are your thoughts on this crazy game?
Yeah, the Rams were all over them. And even though with that score, what was it, like
30-27 for the Rams?
No, but there was the time the score was at,
it was 27-3 with a minute left in the third quarter. Yeah.
Yes. So even seeing that with Brady on the other side, I was always like,
I said to Jose, he texted me like 4 times during this game, said the game's over. I said, Jose, it's not over till the GOAT says it's over. And he came back and tied this game. And even Jose's like, I can't believe this. I don't even know what to say.
They played bad. They had a little letdown in the fourth quarter, which they could have got eliminated. They hanged in there. They did well though overall. Yeah. They played 3 great quarters, but and they're moving on. Hopefully Stafford does this thing too. But now them going on with the Niners, I don't know. Like
they've lost 6 straight times to us.
If the Niners can hold their D like they did with Rodgers, the Niners might go through.
Yeah, Jose.
I told you it should have been already over. There was no way that the Bucs should have even scored 27 points.
4 times, guys. I'm going to show you the text after if I can. He told me 4 times it was over.
Cam Akers is the worst running back I've ever seen in my life. He's fumbling the ball on his head. He's fumbling the ball by himself. Like, are you kidding me? They shouldn't have had no chance of even.
And we're
coming
talking
close,
terrible penalties
the
too,
game.
guys, in this game.
Like,
The referees were
it's-
terrible.
Rams were all over them. Defense were pressuring Brady, sacking them, making forced fumbles.
Yeah.
That game should have been a blowout, but the Cam Akers decided to fumble the game away and try to make the game closer. But like you said, Stafford deserves his praise. He played well, threw for 300 and something yards, of two TDs, rushed for one. The man deserves his praise. He's been playing late in the playoffs.
He looked nervous in
Cooper-
the fourth. He did look nervous in the fourth.
Yeah, they were pressuring. They got the Bucks had the momentum going on too. They just finished scoring that long bomb by Brady.
That's right, to Evans. Yep.
Jalen Ramsey, I don't know what the hell he was doing.
Oh, he got caught. He got caught there, Jose.
Yeah.
He even said after he caught me. He got me.
Yeah, but like I said, it shouldn't even have been close. The Rams were all over them. They should have just killed the game. But like you said, Brady's Brady, man. If he has a chance to come back, he's always gonna try to come back and win the game, you know.
Yeah.
But Cooper, you gotta give praise to Cooper Kupp, man. The guy's if I know Aaron Rodgers is gonna be MVP, but that man should be Offensive Player of the Year at least in the NFL this year.
Watching the NFL this year, Jose, I think between him and Chase, they're the two best receivers in the NFL right now. Just the way they can move and shift and run.
You gotta give it to Devontae Adams. No, it's Devontae Adams, Cooper Kupp, and maybe Deebo Samuel.
Yeah,
maybe because he can do it all too.
Yeah,
I say those are top three.
I mean, impact though.
Year.
Like I don't think
impact,
two players.
Of course. Look. Devontae Adams is. It's Devontae Adams with him.
No, but we saw Rodgers win without him.
Yeah, okay, but when he's there, did you see the stats that he did? He was second into.
I just don't know if the Rams and Bengals can win without those guys.
I'm not. Well, they have Higgins. They have. Who else do they have? Higgins and who's the other guy that they have as the wide receiver?
They have Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd. Yeah,
Rams have Higbee and Jefferson and OBJ. Yeah.
So it's not like. You take out Chase.
It's just the impact plays. Like I know Adams is great.
Of course,
I know Adams is great. I know.
But but it is what it is. So let's just Rams deserves it. They're on to face the 49ers, and it's gonna be a Levi Stadium at the SoFi again this week.
Well, now we go to the game of the week and maybe the game of the century. The Buffalo Bills. I think they're the most cursed team in the history of sports. And I'm saying that knowing how bad the Leafs are. The Bills found a way to lose this game in 13 seconds. But before that even happened, we saw 3 touchdowns in 2 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen that before. So if you had the over, congrats. It was 26-21, and then they scored 24 points in the last 2 minutes. Gil successfully said that was a lock over, and it did go over in the last 2 minutes. We all said it to each other after they kicked the field goal. The first team that gets the ball is winning the game. The defenses are dead tired. The first team that gets the ball is going to win. However, all you people crying about overtime, I got news for you. If you can't stop a team from scoring with 13 seconds left, you don't deserve overtime. So I don't want to hear the crying about the overtime rule. Okay. Both quarterbacks are great. Josh Allen, I've given him a hard time all year long. He was unbelievable in this game and deserved a better fate. He played great the whole game. But Patrick Mahomes is not human. And if you look at him on the sideline, he doesn't look human. He looks like an alien. And I mean that in a good way. He looks like an alien. But he's just not human. And when what he did in the last 2 minutes to come back after getting punched by Josh Allen twice is unbelievable. Some guy named Davis caught 8 for 201. They covered Diggs the whole game, and they got some guy named Davis going 8 for 201 for 4 TDs. That's Josh Allen running the ball great and effectively. He knocked out Tyrann Mathieu on a running play, knocked him out of the game when he ran him over. Great. I mean, what can you say about this game? The Chiefs are the last team to have the ball, and they won the game, and now they get to go play Burrows. So, Jose, what else? What can you say? There's so much to say about this game. What do you say?
It was one of the best games I've ever seen in the playoffs. I'll tell you right now. But
Jose said this is over twice, by the way. 2 messages. It's over. It's
absolutely. Over. when they scored that touchdown with 13 seconds left, listen, I don't give a shit who you are. if you're Mahomes, if you're Rodgers, if you're Staubach, if you're whatever the greatest quarterback of all time, whatever, I don't give a shit. There's no way you give up. I don't even know how many yards. What was that like?
So
like
45 yards, 45 yards in 13 seconds. Yeah,
in 13 seconds.
Yeah.
Come on, you got to be kidding me, man. That's no way, man. Especially for a number one defense like that, you give up that many yards in 2
They had
plays.
the number one defense, pass defense, by a mile in the NFL, guys.
And then in overtime, I think they should change it, especially in the playoffs. I know it's the rules is the rules, but I think every team should have at least one possession in overtime. No, regardless if it's a field goal or if it's not you know what I mean? Like, I think every team should have a possession starting, like everybody starts at their own 25 or whatever.
Jose, they got to stop them. Jose, they got to stop them.
It doesn't matter, man, but it's not fair. Like, it's just one of those things that you want to see if the Bills can score a touchdown. You know what I mean? Like, it was based on the coin toss. That's what overtime is.
No, the Bills lost because they couldn't stop them. That's why the Bills.
Well, what Jose's trying to say is like college football. They start at
the 25 or 30. Right?
But if a team scores, they say, okay, now match them. They have to match.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
because it's kind of shitty if the other team wins the coin toss, scores, and you don't get a shot to tie it too, right?
Yeah, especially the way the game was playing out, man. That game would have been amazing to see if the Bills would get it to at least try to get a touchdown to match it. I think you know what I mean. I think they should change that. But then again, the rules are the rules. They have it, and it's just the luck of the coin toss, man. And the Chiefs got it. They got the possession, and they went down the field. Like you said, the defenses were tired, regardless of which every team would have the football first. I think they would have scored.
Correct.
I think the Bills would have scored or whatever.
Yeah.
So, hey, but it was one of a great game, absolutely.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you right now, like I told you, I know there's a lot of good quarterbacks in the AFC, but this reminds me of a Brady Manning type of duel that's going to be on for the future, man. I think these guys are going to be seeing a lot of each other in the AFC Championships games and playoff games. I think these guys are going to have a lot of battles together.
Yeah, but Joe Burrow is going to be a part of that, especially now that there's no teams that can even challenge him in that division now. So.
Yeah, but I still think those two are on the top notch right now. Like, I think they're the main two quarterbacks in the AFC.
I think Justin Herbert too, if he gets a real coach, can really be a factor in that group as well. So we'll see. But hey, man, that's the second straight year they played each other, right? And it's both games are pretty wild. Last year, Kansas City, the year before, Kansas City won fairly easily. This was a totally different story. Amazing game, Gil. What did you think?
No, we just said it right now. Altogether, it was one of the best games I've watched. Very fun to watch.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm not one of those weren't one of my teams.
Oh man. Yeah.
And
if you're a Bills fan, I really my God, like Music City Miracle, missed field goals, 13 seconds stuff happening. I don't know what to tell you. I mean,
well, they couldn't join my club lately.
Yeah.
But it was unfortunate, but a great game to watch. One of them had to go through. Yeah. I agree with Jose. The overtime rule. Jose, it's like even you playing darts. The guy goes first, he hits the bullseye. You should get a shot too to try to match it, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely, I think so. I think if they should have at least each one possession in overtime. You know what I mean? Like, I think if you just play out like a normal game, they scored. Okay, you scored a touchdown, kick it off, and then the Bills have a chance to.
It didn't matter if it's a field goal or a touchdown. If they get a touchdown, you get to match the touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
If you don't do it, you lose. That's it.
Exactly.
At least give the team a chance to match the touchdown.
Yeah,
because you're doing it based on the point flip. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the luck of the point.
In a strange twist of irony, Andy Reid asked for this after they lost to New England, and they didn't change the rule, and now he took advantage of that same rule. We're down to 10 minutes, guys. Let's go to make our picks for the championship games. We will start with, what game is first, guys? Saturday, or are they both on Sunday this year?
They're both on Sunday.
Okay, so both on Sunday. So we'll go Cincinnati KC first. We saw this game. Cincinnati made an epic comeback in that game and won, I believe, 30-27 in the last second when Kansas City took a bunch of penalties. Now we go to Arrowhead for this one. I'm going to reveal that both Jose and Gil took Cincinnati in this game. I am taking Kansas City. Even though I'm out of it, I want to see what my record ends up being. I think Kansas City gets revenge. I think they take out Cincinnati. I'm worried about their pass defense. I'm also worried about, Mahomes getting sacked, but he can move better than Tannehill. So Cincinnati absolutely has a chance. I would take the +7 or 7.5 easily if that's the spread, and the over. Gil, why do you like Cincinnati?
I just think that KC and this one, I vision it going. KC's gonna get a taste of their medicine where it goes the opposite way, and I think Money Mac is gonna hit a 53-yarder with 4 seconds left to bring them through.
And Jose, why do you like Cincinnati?
I just think they have the offense to keep up with the KC,
and maybe the defense.
I think they have a better defense to get pressure on Mahomes more than because they blitz more than the Buffalo Bills do and stuff like that. So I think they'll steal a couple possessions off of them. But I think it's like Gil said, I think it's going to come down to the last possession. I hopefully that the Bengals will win, but it's whoever has the last possession, and if it's Money Mac, then taking the field goal, or I think the Bengals are gonna upset them. I don't know. I just have this gut feeling. It's not like I think that honestly, I think the Chiefs are gonna win, but I just have that gut feeling with that the Bengals are gonna upset them. So
it could happen.
I'm taking with my gut. I'm going with my gut, and I'm taking the Bengals.
Yeah, guys, I think the +7 is a lock. Like I don't see this game being a blowout at all. It's going to be a close game.
I even think the over's a lock too.
Yeah, the over's a lock, 100%. I can't see it being 19-16 like it was. We're not going to see turnovers in this game. I don't think so. Now to the game that I am just loving right now. For the third time this year, the San Francisco 49ers are going to go to LA to play the Rams. San Francisco won both meetings earlier this year. They've won 6 straight against Sean McVay, as I like to call him, because he likes to cheer on the sidelines when he scores. That means Jimmy G is undefeated against them, like he is against Green Bay. You would think it's destiny, but guess what? These two men over here picked the Rams. I got the 49ers.
Oh, I picked the Niners. What are you talking about?
No, you did not. You picked the
No. Check
you
the
picked the Rams.
Check the
you picked the Rams.
No.
You are not changing it now. You picked the Rams.
No. Check the message. Check the message. What does it say?
Okay, so you picked the 49ers.
Yeah,
all right.
Exactly.
All right. You kind of tricked me with what you did there, but okay, you did pick the 49ers. Gil took the Rams. So we'll start with Gil. Why do you like the Rams, Gil?
I like the Rams just based off offensive weapons that they have, because the Niners will not match them offensively.
Nope.
Not even close. But you guys do have that strong defense. And if you guys do what you guys did to Green Bay, keep your offense in the game, you'll have a chance.
It has to be low scoring and ugly if we're going to win.
But if your defense for some reason has an off day and the Rams go all over them, Jimmy G ain't matching.
No.
The Rams in scoring.
No.
So I'm going to say, and Stanford too. Like if he has a game where he throws picks a little bit off, the Niners have a chance. I'm not saying the Niners have a chance.
Yes.
I just taking it what I see. And then, the Rams have defense too. They have a lot of good players on that side. Donald, Rams.
Right.
Who's the other guy? It was Rams, Von Miller.
They're loaded.
They're loaded too back there. Those guys, are not. They're not shit. Rams are at home, so I don't know. I'm just gonna go with the Rams, just based off that. Nothing against you guys or whatever.
Right.
I'm doing my pick.
So I'll get to Jose in a second. I'll make my analysis pretty quick. If the 49ers can keep this an ugly defensive, low-scoring rushing game, they absolutely have a chance to win. Because the way Jimmy G wins is he either has one good half or makes 2 or 3 important throws at the end of the game to win games. If it gets into a slugfest, the 49ers have no chance at all to win this game. So they're going to have to keep it low scoring, defensive, and turn Stafford over to win this game, because Jimmy G's not going to win this game. They had a 17-3 lead, the Rams. I'm sure they'll remember, and they choked it away. Now, if that running game can get that kind of attack and Debo can attack that defense in the middle of the field, that improves our chances. I got the 49ers. So I think our defense will outplay the Rams defense, and I believe Stafford will choke. That's it. Jimmy G will make one or two throws like he did at the end of the game the last time they played, and win the game because the game is close enough for him to only make 2 plays to win it. That's it. Jose, why do you like the 49ers, other than the fact that you're a fan of them?
Well, why? Listen, because you guys are bashing that we can't put up points against the Rams. Did you see the first game we played them in the beginning of the season? How many points we put on them?
Playoffs are different, Jose.
Okay. Yeah, playoffs are different. So you telling me a depleted Buccaneers put up 27 points against
turnovers.
Turnovers.
That's what led to the points. Turnovers.
It's part of the game, no?
That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping for turnovers. Yeah. It's
gonna be a hell of a game. Don't worry. The Niners are gonna do their thing. They're gonna rush. You remember, our offensive line is healthy. It's not injured like the Bucs was. Mm-hmm. So we have Trent Williams to cover Von Miller. We'll have our main guys. We'll have our schemes. We'll have our running game going. They can't stop Debo. They can't stop Brandon Ayuk. It's gonna be a road game, but it's gonna be like a home game. It's gonna be the same thing like we played them in SoFi. All the 49ers fans are gonna go crazy. It's gonna be good, man. I can't wait. I just can't wait.
It's gonna be very difficult to beat a team 3 times in a season. It really is, but I'm hoping that it happens. So that's our picks for the championship games. I just want to give you guys an update of what's coming up. We will have our Super Bowl episode in a couple of weeks, but we may have a show a week from now talking about the offseason, coaching hirings. Will Tom Brady retire? It sure sounded like he was going to. It looks like he's seriously considering retiring after having one of the best seasons of his career. Will Aaron Rodgers leave Green Bay? Why are the Bears hiring another defensive coordinator for their team when they have Justin Fields as a quarterback? We're going to go through some offseason stuff. We're going to talk about that, so we can cover that during the off week. And then we'll have our Super Bowl episode. And boy, oh boy, depending on who the teams are there, we'll have a very sad Jose and me, or a very fired up Jose and me, because it would be a miracle if our team gets to the Super Bowl the way that they've played. It just doesn't happen that often, but strange shit happens when weird stuff happens for teams to win games. It's just like a destiny that teams go to the Super Bowl sometimes. So that's the way it looks for the 49ers, which is why I'm picking them. But I mean, and even Cincinnati, stuff had to happen. Weird stuff had to happen for them to move on. So we'll see what happens. But we've made our picks. Jose, you can't catch Gil. Gil, congratulations. You've won. We all had very good records, and it was very close, but you have won. We will go on and see how close it ends up being. Yep. But good job, Gil. It was close all year. I made a nice comeback.
Close. Yeah, it was
Jose had a big lead and coughed it up, but came back. It was good. It was good.
So he looked like the Leafs. And then the playoffs coming in came Montreal.
That's right. So guys, please subscribe. Please let us know what you think. Please share our video. We got 1 minute left. Thank you all for joining us all year long. We've had a lot of fun doing this. We're not done yet, but we will be back. But until next week, or until the Super Bowl, we will see you on the next Reece Report.